It's the national semifinal. It's Michigan and TCU, and we're set to go. Kicking off for the Horned Frogs, the true freshman Luke Laminiak, and deep for Michigan, Roman Wilson and Joe Taylor. As Laminiak puts his foot into it, and this one will sail into the end zone. Ronnie Bell and Cornelius Johnson split wide left. As JJ takes the snap, turns and hands it to Edwards up the middle, and he's got room. Johnny's in the clear. First play of the game, 50. 40, Donovan Edwards running away from the Horned Frogs, gets dragged down from behind at the 20-yard line of TCU.
Oluwatimi, that's the way to set the tone. The expectation is that you're going to be able to run the ball, and we were hoping, hey, 4 or 5 yards a pop.
We are less than a minute into this game. Michigan knocking on the door already. Same formation. And this time, McCarthy back to pass, looking downfield. It's going to fire for his tight end, Colston Loveland, underthrown. He goes up, and it's batted away. The U 21-yard line. Donovan Edwards in a pistol formation behind J.J. McCarthy. They bring Colston Loveland in motion, and J.J. will hand it off to Edwards up the middle, and there's not much running room as he's met across the 20, down to the 18-yard line, a gain of 3. Donovan Edwards off the right hip of J.J. McCarthy in a shotgun. Has the snap, back to pass, looking downfield, it's going to fire, crossing route. He's got his man, Roman Wilson, inside the 10, dragged down, first down, Michigan. It'll be first and goal as the Wolverines get their first third down conversion of the day. So important to score when you're in the red zone and score touchdowns. From a shotgun handoff, Donovan Edwards up the middle, and he gets it down to close to the 5-yard line. Kalel Mullings is in the game for Michigan in the backfield. He takes the handoff up the middle, and we get a whistle and a flag. And it looks like Michigan jumped before the ball was snapped on second.
False start. Offense. Not all 11 players came set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Gotta be.
12-10 to go first quarter. Michigan knocking on the door. Following the 54-yard run by Donovan Edwards. JJ from a shotgun. Hands it off up the middle to Mullings, who powers forward close to the 5-yard line. Donovan Edwards back in the game. Now they shift Colston Loveland, the tight end, from right to left. And they split Edwards out. Empty backfield for J.J. McCarthy. Ball in the middle of the field, 3rd and goal from the 8. Back to pass, heavy rush. J.J.'s backing up, back to his own 30. He's in trouble. Now he's going to take off down the sideline to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Dives for the end zone. And is he in? Looks like he stepped out of bounds. J.J. ran about 100 yards before Dylan Horton caught up to him. And this ball is being spotted at about, looks like the 2-yard line at the far end of the field.
Big decision for Jim Harbaugh. Do you take the points and put Jake Moody out there, or do you go for it from the 2-yard line? And he's taking his time, obviously thinking about it, but it looks like they're going to go for it. J.J. McCarthy, that's the threat. That's what we wanted to see from him all season long. We saw it more against Illinois, against Ohio State, definitely in the Big Ten championship game.
Michigan's going to have to hurry as they sub some personnel in.
Yeah.
And with just 4 on the play clock, the Wolverines are going to take a timeout. Michigan football is brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. All right, here we go. 4th and 2. Kalel Mullings continues at running back for Michigan. Now J.J. McCarthy barks a command at Luke Schoonmaker, who's split wide right. Plenty of time on the play clock, and it looks like J.J. wants to move some guys around. Now he brings a man in motion. Snap, handoff. Now they go reverse. It's Colston Loveland back at his own 20, breaks a tackle. Now he's at the 10, he's hemmed in, and he will be stopped right there.
Well, I don't like the play call at all. If you've got the best offensive line in the country, you're going for it on 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. Why not look at your big fellas and say, you know what, get us into the end zone. You've gotten this far. I mean, out of the 3 options, now that we know that they had, 1 is to kick the field goal, 2 was to just hand the ball off to Donovan Edwards and run downhill or run a little trickeration. They go with the trickeration and it gets them nowhere.
Michigan misses an opportunity early. It's Max Duggan in a shotgun formation. Kendre Miller, the running back, and Duggan back to pass, and he's going to do what they do, which is fire it deep, and he overthrows his receiver. 2nd and 10, Kendre Miller in a pistol formation behind Max Duggan. Duggan takes the snap, turns and hands it to Miller, and he bounces it outside with some running room across the 15, and he's met there and dragged down around the 17-yard line, a gain of 7. Rod Moore up from the safety spot. 3rd and 3 for TCU from their own 17-yard line. In a shotgun, Duggan's got it, back to pass, gonna fire, and it's broken up. Bill Johnson gets his paw in there. The intended receiver was Quentin Johnson, the All-American, and the Michigan defense gets a 3 and out.
That's a very dangerous position for Michigan to be in at 3rd and 2. We know that they like to give a little bit of a buffer to those receivers, but Will Jansen, who has had a great Big Ten championship game with those 2 interceptions, is going to have the tough position of defending Quentin Johnson, and did a great job there.
Jordy Sandy is the punter. Guess what country he's from, John?
Australia.
That is correct. And he puts his right foot into it. It's a short punt. And A.J. Henning's telling everyone to get away from it. It takes a TCU bounce, however, inside the 40. Shotgun formation for J.J. McCarthy with Donovan Edwards flanked off his left hip. 2 receivers split wide right, ball on the left hash. From the 34-yard line, J.J.'s back to pass. Looking, fires far side, and it's intercepted. Picked off, TCU down the far sideline. 10-5, touchdown. He's back from injury. He's missed 5 games. And J.J. perhaps telegraphed that one a little bit, but just his 4th interception of the year.
Got to be very careful when you're facing this secondary. One of the best in the country.
Griffin Kell's extra point is up, and it is good. Joe Taylor back as well to accept the kick from Wominiak, who puts his right foot into it, and A.J. Henning will let it go over his head and out of the back of the end zone.
That is running right at the middle of this TCU defense, and they've got to go out there and respond to a bad play that they just had.
Andrell Anthony split wide left from the 25-yard line. J.J. takes the snap, hands it off to Donovan Edwards, who hesitates at the line of scrimmage. Now bounces back to his left, puts his shoulder down, and gets out to about the 27-yard line. D. Winters, the man there on the stop.
Michigan exploited it on one play. They've got to find a way to do it again.
3 receivers split left. Now they bring Ronnie Bell in motion from left to right. Shotgun. JJ's got it. Handoff. Donovan Edwards running right across the 30, where he is met at the 31-yard line and knocked to the ground for TCU.
And that's okay. I'll take a gain of 4. They need to be a little bit more productive on first down. But when you gain 4 yards, that's a positive for this offense, and they put themselves in position now at 3rd and 5 to be able to convert.
2 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun for J.J. McCarthy. Donovan Edwards off his right hip. 3rd down. J.J.'s got it. Back to pass. Looking far side. Fires. His receiver falls down, and it goes incomplete. Broken up by Trevarius Hodges-Tomlinson, the Jim Thorpe Award winner. Cornelius Johnson, the man out there. It's the 2nd time we've seen a Wolverine slip on this grass field, John.
Yeah, and
Michigan goes 3 and out.
I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but apparently so far it has been. They've got to find a way, whether it's if they're running with those screw-in cleats, maybe you got to go a little bit deeper, do something to make sure that you ensure your footing. You can't have receivers fall down. You can't have a quarterback slip.
Darius Davis is back, the All-American punt returner. He has returned 5 punts for touchdown in his career. Brad Robbins will accept the snap from Greg Tarr. He's got it, and he puts his right foot into it and gets off a punt that'll bounce in front of Davis and roll inside the 35, down to the 30, and it'll be down at the 29-yard line by the Michigan coverage team. Bristol is the nickelback. From the 24-yard line, TCU will take over, and they'll hand it off to Kendre Miller, who bounces outside with some room across the 30 to the 35. Chased out of bounds on the near sideline. Rod Moore, the man that forced him out. Gain of 14 on first down. Miller stays in there. 2 receivers split to either side from the shotgun. Dugan has it, handoff up the middle, and not much room there. 2nd and 7 from their own 41 for Max Duggan and the TCU offense. From a shotgun with Miller directly behind him in a pistol formation. Duggan has the snap, back to pass. Now he's getting flushed out of there, looks for Miller, who can't corral it on a little screen that they set up, incomplete. Amari DiMarcato in the backfield for the first time for the Horned Frogs. Max Duggan from a shotgun on 3rd and 7 from their own 41. Wolverines might have jumped, back to pass is Duggan. He can take a shot with a free play. He's going to scramble up the middle across the 45 to the 50, dives into Michigan territory. He's got enough yardage for a first down, and unless TCU jumped, but it looked like Taylor Upshaw was in the neutral zone.
Offside, defense, number 91. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
14 more yards for TCU.
2 times Michigan has been undisciplined. Offensively, in the red zone, they jumped off sides, didn't have everybody set. Now, defensively, that's the same thing. You cannot give this offense free plays.
DiMarcato will continue there, running back, but they split him out wide left. 3 receivers out there, 2 receivers split to the right. Empty backfield, Duggan back to pass. He's got time. He's got all day. And now he's going to fire deep down the sideline. He's got his receiver at the Michigan 25. It's Jordan Hudson. And that's just too much time, John.
And it was just a matter of Max Duggan going through all his progressions to find him.
It's a very good TCU offensive line, and they provided Duggan all day there. From the Michigan 26-yard line, quick pass out to the left flat. He's got Quentin Johnston, not much room, spins forward down to the 27-yard line. TCU knocking on the door, looking to add to their 7-0 lead. 5:22 to go, first quarter. Second down and 6 from the Michigan 22-yard line. A lot of motion pre-snap, handoff up the middle to DeMarcado, and he's met at the 18 of Michigan. Third down and a long 2 for the Horned Frogs, who are going to go quickly. Michigan better get their subs off the field, and they do. Duggan lines up, takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle, no he doesn't. Fires into the flats, got his receiver, breaks a tackle and has a first down. Inside the 15, down to the 11. And TCU moves the chains again.
No, I was just going to comment about Rod Moore on that second down stop. He does a great job of form tackling and then runs right across the face of the receiver, Darius Davis, and doesn't get the stop.
Shotgun now for Duggan from the Michigan 12-yard line. Check that, just inside the 12 at the 11. Duggan's got it, back to pass, fires far side, he's got his receiver, it's Tate Barber, who is dragged down.
You're watching Darius Davis, you're watching Quentin Johnston run players off, and then other guys coming in right underneath him, wide open.
10th play of the drive for TCU. In a shotgun, Duggan's got it, pulls the ball, and he's going to run himself inside the 5, down to about the 2. Looks like he's going to be just shy.
Yeah, Max Duggan saw Mike Morris at the mesh point just demolish the mesh point, and very wisely kept the ball himself and nearly picked up the first down.
As Duggan will take a snap from under center, DeMarcado, the lone running back. They bring a man in motion. Now right behind Duggan, and they'll go quarterback sneak. And this is going to depend on the spot. This is going to be really close. Ja'Cory Spivey was the man who went in motion and set up right behind Duggan to give him the push. But it looks like he's got first down yardage.
Yep.
Already 7-0 TCU, 2:36 to go, first quarter. TCU first and goal from the Michigan 1. Snap, Duggan, he's going to keep it on a zone read, gets drilled as he gets into the end zone for a TCU touchdown. On for the extra point is Griffin Kell. And the kick is up and the kick is good. Roman Wilson is back and catching passes on the Michigan sideline, but A.J. Henning is deep here. And this kick will sail over his head into the end zone. 2 tight ends to the right. From the 25-yard line, they bring Henning in motion, and they go jet sweep, and he's hitting the backfield and drop. A loss of 5 just inside the 20 as D. Winters burst through and made the tackle. And Michigan's looking at a second and long.
The only thing that's going through my mind now is, what are we doing?
From their own 20, trailing 14-0, a minute 50 to go, first quarter. JJ from the snap, back to pass, looking downfield. Going to fire over the middle. He's got Luke Schoonmaker across the 45, out to the 50, and into TCU territory where the ball hits the ground, but they're going to rule him down at the TCU 48-yard line. Millard Bradford, the man, he beat a gain of 33 on 2nd and 15, and the Wolverines move the sticks.
Doing a good job of hitting him, Luke Schoonmaker, in stride, allowing him to pick up some yardage.
From the TCU 48-yard line. Hand off to Donovan Edwards, running left, hesitates, has some room across the 45, and is tackled just inside the 45. Receiver split wide right, that's Cornelius Johnson. Bunch formation with 2 tight ends and Ronnie Bell to the left. Now Bell in motion from left to right. Shotgun, JJ, back to pass, looking downfield. He's got all kinds of time. He's going to fire, and it's caught.
Stretch arms of the linebacker to find Colston Loveland.
Colston Loveland inside the 30-yard line down to the 29. There's a flag on the play. It goes against TCU, and Michigan will decline the penalty. So first down, Colston Loveland on the receiving end of that very, I would call it a dangerous pass.
Oh, my goodness. And I tell you what, who almost had that one again? Bud Clark.
I think he just, well, I guess he didn't whiff on it now that we see a replay, but he was awfully close to at least getting a pass breakup. Michigan first and 10 from the TCU 29-yard line. JJ's got it, hands it to Donovan Edwards running right. He's got a seam down to the 25-yard line. 4 wide for the Wolverine. Donovan Edwards off the left hip with J.J. McCarthy. Ball on the right hash. 2nd and 6. Handoff to Donovan up the middle. Not much running room as he's stacked up inside the 25. Ball at the TCU 23-yard line. They have to get it across the 19. J.J. McCarthy in a shotgun. He brings Colston Loveland in motion. They'll hand it off to Edwards, who's dropped in the backfield. That dropped Edwards for a loss, and Jim Harbaugh is going to bring out the field goal unit.
Yeah, and they brought him in from deep as a blitzing linebacker. You don't see this Michigan offensive line miss a blitzing linebacker very often, but he came in unblocked in between Olu and Trevor Keegan.
Jake Moody will attempt a 42-yard field goal. He has hit his last 17 from inside of 50. Ball on the right hash. Greg Tarr will snap it. Brad Robbins will hold it. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And Michigan is on the board here, including Luke Schoonmaker, Roman Wilson, and Will Johnson, all important players for this Michigan team. Low line drive. It's going to be fielded by Davis on the 4. He is dangerous across the 20, and he's tripped up at the 25 and drilled to the ground. Michigan needs to generate some pass rush up front. Empty backfield for Max Duggan. From his own 27-yard line, has the snap back to pass, looking downfield. He's got time and fires. Pass broken up, and is it intercepted? It is. Rod Moore on the tip, just inside Michigan territory. Big play there by the Michigan defense. Junior Colson, the man that got his hand on the pass as Duggan was looking for a receiver on a crossing pattern, and Rod Moore out there playing center field, corrals it for Michigan, and the Wolverines have secured their first turnover on an interception of Max Duggan.
Yeah, the linebackers, when you're playing against a team that's going to go 5 wides, they're going to split Kendre Miller out. You've got to have guys that can cover wide receivers.
So the Wolverines looking to strike back down 14-3, 13:35 to go first half. Just inside the 50, J.J. McCarthy takes the snap. Play action, back to pass, looking downfield. He's going to take a shot. Roman Wilson's out there, and he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Roman Wilson, and Michigan has cut it to 14-9. As J.J. McCarthy finds Roman Wilson for 51 yards. This one might get reviewed to see if Wilson was all the way into the end zone.
Well, I saw the official. His butt is in the end zone. That's the first thing that hits the ground. This is a touchdown.
Rule of the catch for a touchdown is under video review. Timeout.
We're going to waste our time looking at this one again. The official was right on the spot. He pointed right down to where Roman Wilson was first down. We'll get another chance to take a look at this, but I think this is going to be a touchdown for Michigan.
Well, if this stands, and even if it doesn't, what a huge turn of events the last 2 plays have been. TCU led it 14-0. That is the first time all season, John, that Michigan has faced a 2-score deficit. Let's go down to Jason Yvonne, who's on the field.
This is such an important play because Roman Wilson and everyone that lines up in the slot for our team have the advantage against Bradford and against their safeties. Their 2 outside corners are dynamic and will play on Sundays. We don't have the advantage out there, but we do have the advantage on the inside throwing the ball.
And that was Roman Wilson, 51 yards. We await this call.
So his knee was down at the 1-yard line.
After video review, the ruling is a catch, but the runner was down a half yard short of the goal line. It'll be first down, Michigan.
I don't know what they're looking at.
Pass from J.J. McCarthy to Roman Wilson. Michigan breaks the huddle quickly. J.J. under center. And he turns and hands it off to Kalel Mullings up the middle, and he powers forward. And we see a flag come in, and TCU is saying it's their ball. And we got whistles all over the place. This would be a disastrous outcome. The TCU players are continuing.
Ruling on the field as the ball was lost by the offense, recovered by the defense in the end zone. Touchdown.
It's Kalel Mullings.
There was no foul on the play.
There's the flag waved off. Well, we talked about a turn of events, and they went from being very good to an absolute disaster.
I want to know if there's something wrong with Donovan Edwards. Michigan has gotten so cute down inside the 5-yard line with the reverse to Colston Loveland. Now they're handing it off to the up back.
From the 20, Max Duggan in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it to Miller, running left. Wolverines try and string it out, and they don't. He turns the corner to the 30, to the 35. Knocked out of bounds by Rod Moore.
You continue to invite this team to take over.
Shotgun TCU with 3 receivers, split wide right, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Duggan fakes a throw, now hands it off to Miller up the middle, and he's corralled and thrown to the ground by a blitzing DJ Turner, but he throws him forward from their own 39-yard line. TCU looking at a 2nd and 4. They lead it 14-3 with the clock running, 11:58 to go first half. Duggan in a shotgun. Back to pass. Here comes the rush, but he gets it off, going deep. Fires, overthrows his man. So Davis talking a lot of noise to Rod Moore as they go back to the huddle.
Yeah, and that was DJ Turner in coverage. A lot of contact. I can understand why the TCU fans are a little upset, but we'll see if that's the way this officiating crew is going to call those 50-50 balls down the field, guys that are going up, and there's going to be contact.
3rd and 4. Monty Bailey in the backfield for the first time for TCU. Big play here for the Michigan defense. Shotgun, Duggan has it, back to pass, looking, fires over the middle, and it's broken up. Drilled as the ball got to him is the big receiver, Jacorius Spivey.
You've got to find a way to put the ball in the end zone. They'd had opportunity.
4th and 4 for TCU. Jordan Sandy into punt, and it's a good one. Chasing A.J. Henning back to his own 10-yard line. Splits a pair of defenders towards the Michigan sideline. Flag is down across the 25. Blake Corum injury hurt Michigan.
Yeah.
So there is no foul on the play. The result is first down. Timeout.
That's fortunate. 2nd down and 7 for Michigan. J.J. McCarthy in a shotgun, bunch formation. Everybody jammed in tight. J.J. takes the snap, going to roll out to his right, looking downfield, fires. He's got Edwards, 35-yard line, puts his head down as he crosses the 37, loses the football, but it goes out of bounds. And that one being near the sideline with the ball rolling out of bounds, whether it was down or not, remained irrelevant. 1st and 10 for Michigan at the 36. J.J.'s got it, hands it off to Donovan Edwards, running left. This time he puts his head down and powers forward for good yardage on 1st down, out close to the 45-yard line.
Power football.
Wolverines break the huddle quickly to the line of scrimmage. J.J. claps his hands, takes the snap, hands it off to Edwards, running right this time, and now there's no room. In fact, he lost a yard. Millard Bradford comes up and gets the stop, and Michigan will be looking at a 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 4 from their own 43. Michigan trailing 14-3, 9:34 to go first half. 3 receivers split wide left. Now they bring Roman Wilson in motion. Back to passes, J.J. on 3rd and 4, fires, and it's incomplete.
Yeah. Not much pressure, but that one was in the catch radius of Ronnie Bell.
Brad Robbins standing on his own 29-yard line. Davis standing inside his 20. Robbins puts his right foot into it, and this is a good one. Davis goes back and fields it, fair catch. And the defense's job now is to keep them in the game while the offense tries to find a rhythm. And TCU has the ball inside their own 20 at the 17-yard line from a shotgun handoff. It's Miller, no room, and Michigan's got him bottled up, and somehow he escapes it and gets out near the 20. Shotgun for TCU, Max Duggan, that quarterback with Kendre Miller off his right hip. 2 receivers split left, 1 split right. Duggan takes the snap, back to pass, looking, he's going to fire, and it's caught just shy of the 35-yard line. It's Jordan Hudson all year, but he's been a big part of the offense early here for TCU. 1st down for the Horned Frogs out to the 33-yard line.
If I got to pull the trigger quickly, I can do that as well, and he's operating with great efficiency right now.
Duggan in a shotgun on 1st and 10 from his own 33. Has the snap, back to pass. Here comes heavy pressure, just gets it off, looking deep and overthrows his intended receiver.
And not allowing any easy passes or even those 50-50 balls to be completed.
2nd and 10 for the Horned Frogs. Duggan has the snap, and he'll keep it on the zone read. He's got some room across the 40, and he's wrangled to the ground there by Quentin Johnson in for Michigan in the secondary, along with Jamon Green. TCU goes empty here on 3rd and 2. Ball in the 41, they've got to get it to the 43. Duggan in a shotgun with 3 receivers split left, 2 split right. Now they bring Gunnar Henderson in motion. Back to pass. Duggan looking, he's got nobody open, he's going to run, and he's got some room. 40, 45, 50, slides down, 1st down, Horned Frogs.
When you have a shot at him in the backfield, Mozzie Smith was there, slipped, and again, that's what, the 3rd time now we've talked about a Michigan player slipping.
First down, TCU, ball just inside Michigan territory at the 49-yard line. They lead it 14-3, 6:46 to go first half. Michigan defense desperately needs to get off the field and keep them in this game early. Shotgun for Duggan with 3 receivers split wide right. Back to pass, he's looking left. Wide open is Quentin Johnson. Blown coverage to the 25, spins inside the 20. He's tripped up there. The Wolverines didn't have anybody out there.
Well, they brought a corner blitz, but when you do that, you got to have somebody rolling over the top. That's not the corner I think I would bring.
First and 10 TCU from the 18. Duggan goes quarterback draw up the middle, and he's tripped up across the 15.
Whether it's a busted coverage, I don't even know why they would bring a corner off of him.
Texas did that, left him wide open. Handoff up the middle, Kendre Miller, he's got room, and he's fighting down close to the 5-yard line where he's dragged down by Makari Page.
TCU was finding yardage right up the middle of that defense.
First and goal from the 6. Shotgun, Duggan's got it, back to pass, fires far side, overthrows his receiver out of the end zone. TCU subs, so Michigan slowly subs themselves. Mozzie Smith out of the game, Mason Graham is in. Second and goal from the 6 for TCU. Max Duggan in a shotgun with DeMarcado off his left hip. Takes the snap, back to pass. Michigan brings a blitz. Duggan in trouble, fires, he's got his receiver. It's Barber, 5, end zone, touchdown.
They brought a blitz with Mikey Sanders still, and DJ Turner just was not able to stay up with Trey Barber in that crossing route, and that's the risk you run when you bring a blitz. You're going to leave guys in man-to-man coverage, and it's really tough to cover this wide receiving core in man-to-man coverage.
Griffin Kell on for the extra point. High snap, kick is up, kick is good.
Zone and trim it to an 11-point lead.
Well, they really need something out of this drive because, remember, TCU
gets the ball in the second half.
Start the second half, so
you got to get back to what you know and what you do and who you are.
From the 25-yard line, ball in the left half. J.J. McCarthy takes the snap, hands it off to Donovan Edwards. Not much room.
They're adding an extra player down to the backside, and Michigan is not accounting for him. So anytime you cut back with Donovan Edwards, which he's been very effective at all year, you've got a defender there waiting on him.
J.J. in a shotgun. They bring Roman Wilson in motion. Back to pass. J.J. McCarthy looking downfield. Is going to fire. Got a man. It's Colston Loveland out near the 40-yard line.
And J.J. does a great job of identifying. He could go to either one. The best choice was to go to Colston Loveland.
3 tight ends in the game with Andrel Anthony split out wide right. They hand it off to Donovan Edwards. It makes one man miss in the backfield. Now he bounces it outside to get the edge to the 45. Run out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 3:25 to go first half. 21-3 TCU on top. Michigan looking at a 2nd and 3. Ball on the left hash. JJ's got it from a shotgun. Play action, back to pass. Spins out of there under pressure. Looking downfield. He's going to fire it deep. Roman Wilson's out there. This is a jump ball. Roman comes back to it. Can't corral it.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 57. 15-yard penalty includes an automatic first down.
It's Johnny Hodges, the transfer from Navy, the leading tackler for TCU from their weak side linebacker position.
Yeah, and he buried his helmet.
3 receivers split wide right. Ball remains on the left hash. J.J. McCarthy in a shotgun. He motions Colston Loveland from left to right. Donovan Edwards off the right hip of J.J. McCarthy. They go wide receiver screen to A.J. Henning. Makes one man miss who submarines him. Ball on the right hash now. 3 receivers to the short side, and the Wolverines false start. John, we haven't seen this all year.
No.
False start. Offense. Everybody move with the center. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Ball backed up to the 42-yard line. J.J. in a shotgun. 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Here comes a blitz. He steps up, and he won't escape the TCU pressure. He's dropped at the 50-yard line.
Zach Zinter just didn't move his feet, allowed his defender to come right across his face, and that's Dylan Horton. And Dylan Horton is the guy that, for TCU, has really been the only guy to apply pressure all season long.
5 wide for Michigan. TCU comes with a 3-man rush out of a shotgun. J.J. back to pass, looking downfield, fires, and it's tipped and incomplete.
Well, and just like on the long pass play to Colston Loveland, the 34-yarder, or maybe that was to Luke Schoonmaker.
And the very dangerous Davis on his 11. No pressure. Moody gets a punt off. Davis signals for a fair catch and makes it at the 15-yard line with 1:33 to go. And with the way the offense has been shooting themselves in the foot, Michigan's not going to win this game anyway unless they get their act together. But TCU goes handoff Kendre Miller up the middle, 25-30. And he's corralled and dropped at the 31-yard line by Rod Moore.
TCU just simply ran right by it.
TCU moving quickly, another handoff to Miller up the middle, and again he's got room. And he breaks a tackle, gets across the 35, out to the 38-yard line. Shotgun with 3 receivers, split wide right, ball in the left hash. Back to pass is Duggan, looking downfield, is going to take a shot. Running stride for stride is Quentin Jansen and DJ Turner. 3 receivers split to the wide side. That's the right, ball on the left hash. Kendre Miller off the left hip of Max Duggan, who takes the snap. Back to pass. Under pressure, he is sacked. Blitzing Makari Page.
Well, they brought both Makari Page and Michael Barrett, and we've seen that. We've seen it burn him before. This Michigan defense, they're able to get home this time because Max Duggan double pumped it, wasn't comfortable with what he saw, and felt it a safe decision to go ahead and take the sack.
Try and strike before the end of this half. Sandy's got it, puts his right foot into it. Henning waving fair catch and makes the fair catch. JJ in an empty backfield. He's got 47 seconds to work with, and as you mentioned, the timeout, 67 yards away from the end zone. JJ in a shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass. Here comes the heavy pressure. He's going to fire, and it is batted down, incomplete.
And he only burned 5 seconds.
42 seconds to go, 2nd and 10 from the 33. JJ in a shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass. Looking downfield, and he's going to fire over the middle, Cornelius Johnson. And we're going to get a whistle, and my guess is this one's going to get reviewed.
Ability to catch for a first down is under video review. Timeout.
Here, hopefully, in just a moment to see the replay. I'm going to cheat and look to the booth next to me. I actually think that's a catch.
Well,
it's hard to tell because he brings it in. Just need another angle, and then his arms are underneath it.
Yeah. Unless there's some replay that shows.
From the other angle, you get blocked by his body. But
he did a great job scooping that ball off the turf and keeping his arms clearly underneath the football.
Yep. To me, there's no
After
angle.
video review, the ruling on the field is confirmed to catch for a first down.
So the Wolverines need to get on the field because as soon as the ball is set, the clock will start. JJ in a shotgun, 3 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. Clock is running. JJ takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking downfield. He's got all kinds of time. JJ still looking. Now here comes a pass rusher, and JJ's hit and fumbles the football, and it rolls out of bounds back at the Michigan 36-yard line.
Plenty of time, just held onto the ball a little bit too long without, hey, at some point the clock in your head's got to go off and say, hey, I'm just going to try and run.
And 21, ball marked at the Michigan 37-yard line. JJ's got the snap, back to pass. Looking downfield, steps up in the pocket. Now a fire underneath to Colston Loveland, who will gain about 5 yards, and Michigan will have to use their final timeout with 15 seconds to go. 3rd and 14, 3 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. 15 seconds to go first half. JJ back to pass. Here comes the pass rush. He bails out of there. Looking downfield, he's going to fire it deep. Cornelius Johnson's out there, jump ball inside the 5, and we get a flag, Corey.
And a first down.
Yep. But there's just 5 seconds to go in the half.
Pass interference, defense number 1. The penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot and includes an automatic first down.
Another crack at this 59-yard field goal. Snap is good, ball's placed down. Jake puts his foot into it, plenty of distance, and it is good. Wow. Jake Moody from 59 yards.
That honestly would have been good from another 7 or 8 past that, but going in 21-6, not a lot to be positive about, but we'll take the points as we can get them.
Money Moody cuts into this TCU lead, and if nothing else, makes it a 2-score game. But Michigan's got a lot of work to do. Well, the last time Michigan played in the Fiesta Bowl, they trailed Nebraska 14-3 and came back and get the win. The quarterback that day was Jim Harbaugh of Max Duggan. 21-6, TCU on top. Duggan takes the snap. He's going to throw. No-go quarterback draw up the middle to the 30, to the 35. Splits a pair of tacklers and gets dragged down out at the 39-yard line. Rod Moore with another tackle. A gain of 14 on first down for Max Duggan.
And what Michigan has done is go into halftime and make adjustments. We know they've been very good at doing that. The teams that they played, we haven't really seen many adjustments. That right there for TCU, that's a huge adjustment and a big threat here in the second half that Duggan would start running the ball.
He turns and hands this one off to Miller up the middle, and there's not much running room as he gets stacked up, and I can see that.
TCU comes with the same play, and they only allow one.
Mozzie Smith on the stop there, 2nd and 9 for TCU. Shotgun for Duggan. Takes the snap. Michigan brings a blitz. They gets rid of it quickly, but throws it behind his receiver, Miller, out of the backfield. Here's that stack formation with 3 receivers lined up right behind one another on the left hash. Wolverines showing blitz, and they bring it. Dug it back to pass. Fires as he gets hit, and the ball's broken up. Jamon Green jumps in front of the receiver of the 3rd quarter.
And that was Rod Moore that came off the edge. So we've seen Mikey Sanders still come off the edge. We've seen Junior Colson, Rod Moore. Jesse Minter is changing things up on the edge and how they're pressuring Max Duggan. And this time, obviously coming out of halftime, that's a huge stop for Michigan.
TCU got 1 first down before forced to punt. Jordy Sandy back in punt formation. And he just gets it off as A.J. Henning will signal for a fair catch. And he gets hit, and the flag is down. The ball rolls inside the 5.
Kick catch interference, kicking team number 4. The 15-yard penalty is enforced from the spot of the foul. First down, Michigan.
Okay.
That's a huge start.
Trailing 21-6, 13:38 to go 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time. Michigan's got to stop shooting themselves in the foot. 3 receivers split to the right. JJ in a shotgun. Ball handed off to Donovan running left, and he's tripped up in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Hodges missed the Big 12 title game, and they look better defensively with him in there. He gets the TFL. 2nd down and 12 for Michigan. JJ in a shotgun. Back to pass. Looking downfield, he's going to fire, and he's got his man, Roman Wilson. He's got it at the 46. Escapes one tackler, makes a man miss across the 50. See if the halftime adjustments were effective, as they've been for 13 games this year. 2 receivers split wide left. Donovan Edwards in the backfield. And play action, back to pass as JJ looking downfield. It's going to fire deep. Ronnie Bell has got it at the 10 and dragged down inside the 10. Ball marked at the 6-yard line. Ronnie Bell beat Bud Clark.
Well, you want to talk about a receiver that went up to get a ball. Ronnie Bell, captain of this Michigan offense, went up and make a play. And that's what you got to have. It doesn't have to be the same guy every single time. You've got to have guys step up and make plays. Really good protection using that play action pass. And then great execution down the field.
11:53 to go, 3rd quarter. Michigan 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Can they capitalize? Trailing 21-6. JJ in a shotgun. Edwards to his right. Inside handoff. Edwards puts his head down and drives the ball down to the 4-yard line. Michigan with 11 on the play clock. 2 receivers split to the right. Bredesen with his hand down next to JJ in a fullback position. And Terrell Mullins is deep. JJ takes the snap, hands it off to Mullins up the middle, breaks 1 tackle in the backfield, wrestles down to the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 3. 3 receivers split wide left. Look for Ronnie Bell here. Wolverines better hurry. JJ's got the snap, fires to Ronnie Bell. He's got it and drilled it immediately. They tried that wide receiver screen. They ran it for a 2-point conversion. I believe it was against Penn State. And TCU gets the stop. Kamara comes up and makes the tackle. Oh, that had the look with the 2 tight ends there. Somebody either missed a block or a man came free, and as soon as Ronnie caught it, he was drilled.
Yeah, I think it was.
On for a 21-yard field goal. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. Lead, which at one point was 18 points, now it's 12. Jake Moody will kick off to Darius Davis, a very dangerous return man, and Jake Moody's going to give him no chance, as this one's going to sail out of the back of the end zone. A stop here might make it a full turn of momentum. DeMarcado now in the backfield next to Duggan. Brings a man in motion, takes the snap, goes with a pass out to the wing. He's got his receiver across the 30. Now a tight end. 6-yard gain. Shotgun for Duggan on 2nd and 4. Inside handoff to DeMarcado, and he's racing out close to the 1st down. 3rd and half a yard for TCU. Duggan in a shotgun. Michigan scrambling to line up. Duggan takes the snap. DeMarcado has it running left, and he's just going to get the 1st down across the 35. Plenty of time on the play clock. As Duggan continue rolling with DeMarcado in the backfield. We know Moore is banged up. Duggan back to pass, looking downfield. Going to fire far sideline, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. DJ Turner.
It ran a nice route. That ball was just sailed by Duggan, but he was there.
2nd and 10 for TCU, ball on the 36-yard line. Duggan in a shotgun, takes the snap, Back to pass. Here comes a heavy rush. Duggan escapes it, and he'll fire it into the ground. So a big 3rd and 10 here for TCU from their own 36-yard line. They go 4 wide. DeMarcado in the backfield. Michigan stacking the line of scrimmage. Duggan's changing the play. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2 and 1, and TCU. Sonny Dykes is going to have to call a timeout. Duggan wants everybody to settle down. The Michigan fans making noise. Back to pass is Duggan. Upshaw comes off the edge. He gets undercut. Duggan fires down the middle, and it's tipped and intercepted. Mikey Sainristil still comes up with it inside Michigan territory. Now returns it to the 50, to the 45, and the Michigan defense has turned the football over in quarter number 3.
You know Michigan's going to fight all the way to the end, and that's what they've come out in the second half. This defense has taken a stand 2 times in a row now. They've been able to get the ball back to their offense. This one hopefully creates some momentum and an emotional swing for this Michigan offense.
And the transfer from the offense, Mikey Sainristil comes up big. Wolverines with J.J. McCarthy under center. 2 tight ends to the right, 2 receivers split wide left. Now they bring Ronnie Bell in motion. And they'll hand it off to Donovan Edwards running left, and he's got room, bouncing it outside, and closing quickly.
Don't worry about too many things or trying to razzle-dazzle. Just put your foot in the ground and go downhill.
It's a 3-yard gain on first down for Donovan Edwards. Shotgun, handoff to Edwards running left again, turns it upfield. He has the corner, running for the first down, dives across the 34-yard line. Like formation with 1 receiver split wide left, that's Cornelius Johnson. JJ under center. Turns and hands it to Donovan Edwards, who goes flea flicker, firing deep down the middle, wide open, Ronnie Bell! Touchdown, Wolverines! Ronnie Bell, 34 yards, and Michigan has cut the deficit to 21-15.
They knew that TCU was expecting Donovan Edwards, after 2 runs, to pick up a first down to do the same thing. That's what Michigan has done time in and time out.
Bell's 4th touchdown of the year. And Michigan's first touchdown of the game. Jake Moody's extra point is up, and it is good.
He controls the sideline. He said, Jason, this has to change at going into half, and it definitely has.
Jake Moody's kickoff will sail over the head of Davis and out of the back of the end zone on the fly. It's going to be Duggan from a shotgun with DeMarcado next to him. Duggan fakes a handoff, back to pass. Here comes a pass rush. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to fire deep. And he's got his man Quentin Johnson out there, and he's got it into Michigan territory, down to the 30-yard line.
Just steps up and delivers a strike to Johnston.
Shotgun snap, handoff to DeMarcado up the middle. Clean run inside the 15, and he's wrangled down there. Looks like Makari Page came from his safety spot. Huge hole there for DeMarcado, who went untouched into the Michigan secondary.
Yeah, Rod Moore getting up a little bit slow after that play.
1st and 10 for TCU. Duggan in a shotgun, pistol formation with DeMarcado behind him. Hands it off to DeMarcado, bounces it to the right, not much room there. Jalen Harrell, Avila back in at left guard for TCU. Shotgun for Duggan on 2nd and 8. Looks to the sideline, now barks some commands at his offensive line. Turns to DeMarcado, gives him the play. 3 on the play clock. Duggan gets the snap, hands it off to DeMarcado. Inside run, inside the 10. They want to go quickly. It's 3rd and 2. TCU will line up. Michigan trying to get a play. TCU in a shotgun. Wolverines are now aligned. They hand it off to DeMarcado up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage, falls backwards for a first down. Ball spotted at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal for TCU. They lead at 21-16. Duggan in a shotgun, turns and hands it off to DeMarcado up the middle, touchdown.
It looks like the Michigan defensive front is looking to the sideline and waiting for a call to come in, and it doesn't. You've got to know when they're going hurry up, you got an automatic call that you get into a defensive front.
TCU, Griffin Kell on for the extra point, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Luke Lamanick, the kickoff specialist, the true freshman, puts his right foot into it and sends it A.J. Henning's way, who's 5 yards deep in the end zone, and A.J.'s going to bring it out. He's going to run to his left. A.J.'s got some room. Ball at the 21-yard line for Michigan, trailing TCU by 12. J.J. in a shotgun. Takes the snap and play action. Rolling to his right. He's going to fire a pass short. He's got Ronnie Bell across the 25. Takes a big hit out to the 27-yard line, and Ronnie comes up limping. They go heavy set here with 3 tight ends. Andrew Anthony, the lone receiver, split wide right. Donovan Edwards alone in the backfield. Hands it off to Edwards, and Edwards battles to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's just 3rd and 3 for Michigan on their own 28-yard line, trailing 28-16, 3:06 to go, 3rd quarter, clock running. Three receivers, split wide right. One to the left is Cornelius Jansen. JJ's going to throw for it. Back to pass. Fires and incomplete. Intercepted. TCU's got it. Back to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Winters, the edge rusher, dropped into short zone coverage, and he was able to go up and pluck that one out of the air. TCU botches the snap, and the Wolverines are going to get in there.
And now it becomes imperative. Michigan, you didn't want to have them get out of their game plan, and that is being okay with 3-4 yard pickups. And those are going to be okay every once in a while, but you're going to have to start getting some chunk yardage plays. You're going to have to start taking some shots downfield to create more scoring opportunities and score quickly. Every single play, there seems to be somebody that's not doing their job.
TCU, Lamanick will kick it off to A.J. Henning, who will field it just inside his own end zone, and he'll bring it out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Races across the 25 out to the 30.
No, most of that came on that first play from scrimmage.
From the 31, JJ in a shotgun, back to pass, looking downfield. Pump fakes and throws it over the head of Donovan Edwards and out of bounds. Perhaps force the high throw. Three receivers split wide left on 2nd and 10. Cornelius Jansen, the lone receiver, split wide right. Donovan Edwards in the backfield. JJ back to pass. He's got time, looking downfield, fires over the middle and dropped. And we got a flag downfield, and we await this call.
Holding, defense number 24. The 10-yard penalty is enforced in the previous spot. It includes an automatic first down.
Josh Newton tagged with the hold, and Michigan moves the chains there on the defensive penalty.
Yeah, that's good defense by Millard Bradford, excluding the hold by Josh Newton.
Wolverines go 5 wide, empty backfield for J.J. McCarthy. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Michigan trailing 34-16. Back to passes J.J. Heavy rush, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run 45, 50, 45, 40. Down the TCU sideline, cuts back inside at the 25. J.J. with his feet goes for 39.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we were kind of hoping would happen earlier. Protection was decent. Carson Barnhart gave up a little bit of pressure, but it allowed.
1st and 10 for Michigan. Trailing 34-16, clock running inside, 2 minutes to go, third quarter. JJ in a shotgun. Gonna go quarterback run to the right, to the 20, cuts inside, to the 10, to the 5. JJ, clear path to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan, not dead yet. The ball is spotted at the 3-yard line, just inside the right hash. 2 receivers flanked to either side. JJ under center. Donovan Edwards, one of the wideouts. Now they put him in motion. As Michigan takes the snap, it's J.J. McCarthy, and he's going to fight towards the end zone and not get in, and trailed 2 separate occasions by 18 in this game. They can continue to fight as Moody puts his foot into that one, and this one's going to be returnable by the dangerous Davis from his goal line to the 10, to the 15, bounces outside to the 20. This one, the Wolverines desperately need a stop. Duggan in a shotgun, takes the snap. Hands it to DeMarcado, and he's got some room. Tripped up. Oh, boy. That's in front of him. Was
scary.
It was scary is a good way to put it.
Yes.
Broke through the initial wave of defenders. 3 receivers split to the right. DeMarcado flanked to Duggan's left. Duggan in a shotgun. Wolverine showing blitz. Snap. DeMarcado breaks the first wave of defenders again. Now in a foot race. To the 40, to the 30, to the 20. And the Wolverines track him down inside the 5.
Well, Michigan brought 2 players off the edge, and when you do that,
Duggan goes quarterback sneak, and TCU saying he's in, and the officials say so now as well.
You're selling out to stop the run, and that running back gets through that initial line of defense. There's nothing there to stop him.
Griffin Kell for the extra point out of the hold of Jordy. And a snap, this one's good. Placement good, and the kick is good. And TCU, 41-22, TCU on top. 49 seconds to go, third quarter. We've just played 5 minutes and 44 seconds of football with 5 touchdowns scored. A.J. Henning will let this one sail over his head. Michigan will take over on the 25-yard line. J.J. McCarthy in a shotgun. Donovan Edwards flanked to his left. J.J.'s back to pass. Looking, fires, and he's got Roman Wilson at the 40.
And then is able to hole up. So gives a nice target to JJ.
3 receivers split wide left, ball on the right hash. 25 seconds to go, third quarter, 1st and 10, ball on the 45-yard line. JJ's got the snap. Back to pass, looking, he's going to fire to Roman Wilson, overthrown, but there's a flag on the play in the secondary.
On 28, Miller Bradford.
Roman Wilson's just set a
Holding, defense number 28. The 10-yard penalty is enforced in the previous spot and includes an automatic first down.
They've bested TCU in that regard.
JJ in a shotgun, 5 wide, empty backfield. Here comes a blitz. Wolverines pick it up. JJ fires over the middle. Ronnie Bell's got it. 20, 15, 10. Ronnie Bell reaches for the end zone. Touchdown.
As we will get a chance to here in the booth. Boy, it's going to...
Ronnie Bell reached for the end zone and reached the ball out, and his knee hits the ground.
But was that ball
I think the ball might have broken the plane.
Yeah.
Ruling of a touchdown on the previous play is under video review. Timeout.
If it's
Bring a tight end in motion, a
After
running back
video
and just
review,
push it.
the runner's knee was down prior to the ball crossing the goal line. It'd be first and goal, a half-yard short of the goal line.
Yeah,
Situation, first and goal from inside the 1. JJ in a shotgun. Turns, hands it to Mullings, puts his head down. This time he drives into the end zone for a touchdown. Kalel Mullings, Edwards, and Bell. Cornelius Johnson split wide left. Shotgun for J.J. McCarthy. They bring Edwards in motion. J.J. inside handoff, fakes. J.J.'s going to take it himself, weave through traffic and into the end zone for a 2-point conversion.
I didn't think this was going to be a shootout, and it has turned into that. You nailed it before this game even started. And this game right now, it is... what it has to come down to is Michigan's defense is going to have to find a way to get a stop.
Got to get some stops. They got stops on the first 2 drives of the second half. Jake Moody will kick off to Darius Davis, deep for TCU. And this one he'll drive to the back of the end zone, and TCU with an 11-point lead will take over on the 25-yard line. That's Duggan in a shotgun. He's got DeMarcado off his left hip. Brings a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off to DeMarcado up the middle. Not much running room, but he powers forward, and he fumbles. The ball is out, and Michigan says they've got it.
Hey, 15 minutes and 3 seconds. There's still 3 seconds left in this third quarter, and Michigan has been able to pry that ball out.
And I'm sure this is going to get reviewed, and that always makes me nervous.
They're going to have the entire change of quarter to make that happen. So go ahead, take a look at it, and hopefully Michigan will come start the fourth quarter with the football.
First play of quarter number 4. JJ from a shotgun. Handoff. Donovan Edwards up the middle. He's got some room. Runs over a tackler inside the 20. And second down and 1 for Michigan from the TCU 18-yard line. Edwards directly behind JJ, who's in a shotgun. Colston Loveland with his hand down immediately to JJ's left. They put Edwards in motion, and they go Statue of Liberty. Handoff to Roman Wilson. Got a lane to the 10 to the 5. He helicopters into the end zone for a Michigan touchdown. They just ran the same play with the same result. As Wilson dove for the end zone, he got smacked and helicoptered into the end zone, and the Wolverines have made it 41-36, and of course they're going to go for 2.
And I tell you what, that is an unbelievable job of Roman Wilson holding on to it. He took a big shot right in the middle of his back. Sometimes the arms can go spread. He did a great job of possessing that football and getting into the end zone.
Ball in the middle of the field. Kalel Mullings in the backfield next to J.J. McCarthy on this critical 2-point conversion. They bring Ronnie Bell in motion. Inside handoff. Turns it upfield into the end zone for 2. And Michigan's made it 41-38. Wow. Michigan has come from 19 down to make this a 3-point game.
What a great job of blocking at the front side. Carson Barnhart stringing his defender out. Zach Zinter, Olu Oluwatimi. I mean, just a great job of making them run towards the sideline, run laterally so that when Ronnie Bell cuts up there, there's no power to be able to stop him.
This game is wild. Jake Moody, his kickoff will hit and roll to Davis inside the 5. I don't like this. Up the field, and he gets met at the 20-yard line, and a flag is down. Yeah. And we await Jason Autry's call.
There's no foul for an illegal block in the back. It's first down TCU at the end of the run.
All right.
TCU goes 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. DeMarcado in the backfield. He fumbled his last carry, and he'll get it running wide. Got to the 20, and Will Johnston cuts him down. 2nd and 7 for TCU on the 24-yard line. 13:32 to go in the ball game. Duggan in a shotgun. 5 receivers split wide. He's in an empty backfield. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking, gonna fire underneath. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage. And it was Big Mike Morris who got the paw up there and gets the pass breakup. 13:22 to go, 3rd and 7 for TCU. Back to pass is Duggan, Michigan blitzing. Fires underneath, he's got his receiver at the 20. Can he get to the sticks? He can, it's Quentin Johnson and he's in the clear. 50, 40, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown TCU.
I understand the need to get after Duggan and force him to make a quick decision, but I don't understand gambling at that point. I just don't understand the gamble.
Johnston, who's big and strong, broke the tackle of DJ Turner and had nothing but green grass in front of him. And the Michigan defense couldn't get off the field on 3rd and 7. On for the extra point is Griffin Kell. Snap is good, spot is good, the kick is good, and gotta find a way to get a stop.
Yep.
And the kickoff headed towards A.J. Henning. This will be returnable from the goal line. On the right side in front of the Michigan bench, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, tripped up. Michigan football is brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
During the return, illegal block below the waist, receiving team number 34. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. It'll be first down, Michigan.
Well, that is suboptimal. At their own 13-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing by 10, early 4th quarter. J.J. McCarthy in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Inside handoff, Donovan Edwards running left, weaving through traffic. Check that, J.J. keeps it on a zone read. It was a gain of 6 on 1st down. From the 19-yard line, 3 receivers split to the left, ball on the right hash. J.J. back to pass. Looking to his left. Now he's under pressure, is going to fire it away and out of bounds.
Yeah, those receivers were just as close.
Flag.
Intentional grounding, offense, number 9. The penalty is loss of down at the spot of the foul, 3rd down.
They say he was still in the tackle box, and boy, Colston Loveland, remember the play TCU ran the screen and just drilled it into the ground?
Yeah, with
Colston
5
Loveland was
offensive linemen.
absolutely as close as DeMarcado was on that play.
Well, you got to be careful not to force it. You also don't want to give TCU good field position.
JJ in a shotgun, back to pass, looking, flushed out of the pocket, going to fire it under heavy duress, out of bounds to one of the most dangerous return men in the country who will be standing on the 50-yard line.
No. This is going to be up to Brad Robbins.
Well, if they've ever needed Robbins to get off a nuke, this is the time. Clean snap, Robbins has it, and hits one out towards the 50. Davis backs up and fields it at the 49, running to his right. This could be a problem. To the 40, up the sideline, 30, down the sideline, takes a big hit.
Well, that's one where, I understand you want to maximize the distance. And Mason Graham put a huge lick on him, made him pay the price.
But the ball spotted at the 16-yard line of Michigan.
And at some point, you got to consider kicking it towards the sideline.
12:09 to go in the game, down 48-38. Got to hold to a field goal attempt here. Ball at the 16-yard line, Duggan in a shotgun. 2 receivers split wide to either side. Now he barks a command at his offensive line, takes the snap. Pulls the ball in a quarterback zone read, weaving through Michigan's defenders, and he's brought down just as...
Whereas earlier in the first half, we saw that play go for 8 or 9.
2nd down and 9 for TCU. Duggan in a shotgun. Goes inside handoff, jet sweep. Michigan trying to string it out, and they do
allow Duggan to get outside the pocket.
Got to get the ball across the Michigan 6. Scrimmaging from the 13-yard line is TCU. 2 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. 10:50 to go in the ball game. Clock running. TCU up 10. Play clock down to 3, 2, and 1, and TCU is going to take a timeout. 1 receiver split right. Michigan crowding the line of scrimmage again as Duggan takes the snap. Inside handoff. DeMarcado, and he's got nowhere to go. In fact, the loss of 2 yards. Kell has been very good in this one field goal inside of 50 all season long. 32-yarder. Snap is good. The spot is good. The kick is up, and it is good.
That's where you get 51 points.
Luke Lamanick will kick off. A.J. Henning standing at the Michigan goal line, and he'll let this go over his head into the end zone. Empty backfield for J.J. from the 25-yard line. Takes the shotgun snap, back to pass. TCU brings a blitz. JJ, offensive line, picks it up. He's got all day, and now he's going to fire this one towards the TCU sideline and out of bounds.
And those 5 defensive backs are really good at what they do.
2nd and 10, JJ from a shotgun, back to pass, fires quickly, and Colston Loveland drops it. Oh, he tried to run before he caught it. Out of that before it would have been brought down, but he dropped it, and Michigan's looking at a 3rd and long.
Yep.
Wolverines go 5 wide again, empty backfield for JJ. Now they motion Donovan Edwards into the Michigan backfield off his right hip. Move Roman Wilson out further to the left side. Back to pass is JJ. Looking, nobody's open. Now takes off to his right, looking downfield, cuts upfield, breaks a tackle, and steps out of bounds at the 26-yard line, 13-yard line, and Davis at his own 35. Gotta keep that guy hemmed in. Robbins has the snap, rolling to his right, taking his time, and now he will punt it, and this is a high punt. Davis will have no chance of return, signals for a fair catch, and now let it bounce. And gets a Michigan roll inside the 20 to the 10. Duggan brings a man in motion. It's Quentin Johnston, takes the snap, quarterback draw. Up the middle, not much room, and the Wolverines bang him down across the 10. 12 seconds to go. Duggan in a shotgun. 12 seconds to go on the play clock, now down to 7. Now he's got the snap, back to pass, looking downfield, he's going to fire, and he's got his receiver Davis, who's brought to the ground at the 16-yard line for a gain of 4. I would look out for his feet here.
Yep.
Quarterback run. 6:38, 7:38 to go in the ball game. 13 on the play clock, clock running, they take the snap. Duggan back to pass, looking, he's going to fire a screen, and it's caught and dragged down in the backfield. Is DeMarcado do something to keep a flicker of hope alive?
Well, and TCU runs a screen pass thinking they're going to use Michigan's aggressive nature and the fact that they've been aggressive to this point against them. And great job by Michael Barrett of reading the screen, sniffing it out, and being in position to make a great open field tackle.
A.J. Henning standing on his own 37-yard line. How about his 2nd punt return for touchdown of the year right here, John?
I'll take it.
High punt from Sandy. A.J. Henning in traffic comes up and makes a fair catch. Because Michigan's gone 3 and out their last 2 possessions. But they got great field position here, down 2 scores. J.J. back to pass after accepting the shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Now he's got to bail out of there. Looking downfield, he's got a man. It's Cornelius Johnson who goes down, and did he catch it? We await the ruling. It's at the TCU 40, and they're going to say it's caught. Cornelius at the TCU 40. JJ created some time with his feet. Good play. Wolverines might want to hurry. And they do at the line of scrimmage. JJ in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking to his left. Back to pass. Now he's got to roll out of there. Looking downfield. It's going to fire deep. The jump ball. Colston Loveland goes up and doesn't come up with it, but there's a flag.
Yep.
On the jump ball to Colston Loveland.
Defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot includes an automatic first down.
So 2 plays, Michigan has moved the ball down to the TCU 26-yard line with 6:19 to go.
Yeah, they're going to have to score quickly, and this is
3 receivers split wide right. Tyler Morris in for Ronnie Bell, and he comes in motion. JJ takes the snap, hands it off to Donovan Edwards running left. Tries to get the corner, turns it upfield down the TCU sideline. Knocked out of bounds. Doesn't do you any good here, down 51-38, 5:51 to go. JJ takes the snap, back to pass. Looking, heavy rush, got to get rid of it. JJ gets hit as he throws, and the ball falls harmlessly to the ground. And that just goes as an incomplete pass, but Michigan looking at a 3rd and 4.
And this is something that you don't see very often. You got to take the most dangerous at that point.
Feels like 4-down territory here, so the run is still in play. JJ takes the snap, hands it off to Donovan Edwards, puts his head down and drives towards the 15-yard line and gets the first down. Michigan quickly to the line of scrimmage, 5:30 to go, down 51-38. JJ's got the snap, fires, has a receiver, Ronnie Bell, inside the 10, spins down to the 7-yard line.
But there needs to be a sense of urgency of getting up, getting set, and getting the next play run.
Donovan Edwards in a pistol formation takes the handoff and is dropped in the backfield, gets one there, and a loss of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for Michigan.
Well, and there's got to be better communication and pick off that end man on the line of scrimmage.
Huge play here, 4:37 to go in the game. JJ's back to pass, looking, steps up in the pocket. He can run to the 10, to the 5, and steps out of bounds with a first down. They've struggled in the red zone to get the ball in the end zone today with just 2 touchdowns and 6 trips. Pistol formation, Kalel Mullings in the game from the 4. JJ, shotgun, hands it off to Mullings, running left. Man in the backfield, fights out of 1 tackle, puts his head down, and gets corralled. Gotta hurry. 2nd and goal from the 6. JJ in a shotgun. Edwards goes in motion out of the backfield. JJ's got the snap, back to pass. Looking, flushed out of the pocket, in trouble, fires to the end zone, wide open, touchdown! Roman Wilson came free and JJ found him.
A heck of a game by Roman Wilson, finding a way to get open, staying with JJ, and Jason has talked about this all year long. When a quarterback escapes the pocket.
Greg Tarr, the snapper, to Brad Robbins. Clean exchange, the kick is up and the kick is good. And Jake Moody's lining up as if he's going to try an onside kick with 3:18 to go. And he'll kick it deep after one step. And it'll land inside the 5, bounce, and Davis is gonna have to field it at the goal line. And he is dragged down inside the 10. That worked out well.
I think it was still gonna roll into the end zone. You got a touchback.
Well, Joe Taylor, the man to make the tackle, and now TCU is backed up. So the Michigan fans are into it. 3:14 to go, Michigan trailing by 6. All 3 timeouts, they need a stop. Duggan in a shotgun. Takes the snap, goes quarterback draw up the middle, and he's dragged down for a short loss. 15 on the play clock, they will take their time. DeMarcado in the backfield, behind Duggan. Duggan brings a man in motion, takes the snap, inside handoff to DeMarcado, out close to the 20.
DeMarcado has been effective, and it looks like they're gonna line up under center, maybe quarterback sneak.
They need a yard. Michigan's jamming everyone in tight. Duggan under center. And they're doing the same formation with the tight end behind him, and they go sneak, and it looks like they got it. 1st and 10 for TCU. Jim Harbaugh did not use his first timeout. Clock running. 5 on the play clock. Duggan from a shotgun. Hands it off to DeMarcado. Met in the backfield and dropped. Receiver split wide left. DeMarcado in the backfield. 2nd down and 8. And it's quarterback keeper, and Duggan's going to get dragged down across the 25 out to the 26-yard line, gain of 3. Otherwise, TCU can run out the clock. 3rd and 4. Duggan in a shotgun, brings a man in motion. Takes the snap, going to roll right, looking, fires. He's got Jansen, who's hit immediately by DJ Turner and dropped short of the sticks.
Now, they may get up. The problem is they don't have a timeout to spend either. Now, maybe they don't care about taking a time of or a play clock.
Duggan's going to take this snap from under center. Michigan jamming the interior of the line of scrimmage. They bring a man in motion. Duggan under center with 18 on the play clock. Looks to the sidelines. 15 on the play clock. Now shifts the man out of the backfield. Don't jump. 10 seconds to go. Duggan under center. Barks a command, now moves into a shotgun. 4 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1, and the Michigan defense did their job. 59 seconds to go. A.J. Henning standing on his own 30-yard line. Jordy Sandy, the Australian, has the snap and booms a good punt. Henning backing up inside his 30. He's got it and is drilled immediately. Fair catch it and take it over at the 25 or field it cleanly. And he took the hit from Deshaun McEwen on the 25-yard line. 3 receivers split to the right, 2 to the left, ball on the left hash. TCU press coverage. JJ back to pass. Heavy rush. Got to get rid of it. And he escapes the rush and will run to the 30-yard line and step out of bounds with 45 seconds to go. 45 seconds to go. Ball on their own 30-yard line. JJ has the snap. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Looking. Fires deep and almost intercepted. And there's 39 seconds to go in the game. Michigan 70 yards away from tying this one up. The middle of the field will be in play as long as it's for a first down and stops the clock. And Michigan jumps. JJ back to pass, but the whistle and a flag, and Wolverines have to
Ball start.
Third
Offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Bunch formation to the right. They motion Donovan Edwards over there. So they got a diamond formation now with Edwards at the back. Cornelius Johnson split wide left. JJ back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Fires, and it's batted away. TCU, a pass breakup for Millard Bradford. Took a gamble. It paid off. 4th and 10 for J.J. McCarthy in the Michigan offense. 3 receivers split wide right. Bad snap, and that's going to be the ball game. Miscommunication there. It's picked up by Donovan Edwards, and he flips it to Colston Loveland, who's dragged down I don't know how the ball got out of there, but TCU gets the stop nonetheless. It's picked up by Ryan Hayes, who flipped it to Donovan Edwards, who then actually threw it to Colston Loveland. Backhanded, Colston caught it, but it was dragged to the ground. It was just a scramble at that point.
Yeah.
The previous players under video review. Timeout.
Oh,
Could
targeting.
be a targeting.
Ooh.
Oh, as Colston went down, TCU's Keon Stewart, put his head down. This could be a targeting call, which would be a huge mistake.
So are they going to credit Donovan Edwards with a pass?
Well, they have to. They might review whether or not Edwards was actually knee on the ground. This could be a targeting. Based on their body language, I don't think this is going to be a targeting.
After video review, there is no foul for targeting. The result of play is first down for TCU.
Max Duggan will take a snap and take a knee, and this one will end in a wild affair at the Fiesta Bowl. TCU beats Michigan 51-45, and the Horned Frogs will play for a national championship.